Hey guys, Aaron here with Carnivore Trade. So I want to do a little update here on natural gas. Last time we talked about this, we were talking about the relation, the correlation really with the dollar index and nat gas. That was back in April, and we said that dollar index here has that sort of positive correlation with natural gas peaking out early in November. And we got that bottom in February, rally into March. And then we came down and we bottomed on the 14th, and that's right around the time I did that video. And you can see dollar index did uptick right around the 14th with natural gas here. So there's the 14th, and we did bottom. Since then, dollar index has been on the softer side, and it looks like that correlation is kind of decoupled a little bit. A lot of that has to do with central bank tightness in Europe and in other Western countries. So it does look like we're seeing a little bit of a decoupling there. But right now, with natural gas, as far as that's concerned, it does look like we're starting to get to the point where we're turning the corner here. And if you take a look at really what's happened since February, and I've got my moving averages off here just because it's a little bit easier to see when we zoom in. It looks like a pretty textbook Wyckoff schematic too. So if you're not familiar with that, it is an accumulation pattern. And here's your schematic 2. And we have the big move down, obviously represented with the sell-off over the winter. Typically you put in a low, and then you rally up here, and then you put in a slight pierce of double bottom, slight lower low. And then you kind of just chop around here, and all this zone here is just accumulation. So you get this move, this test, more accumulation, and then you get your kind of, higher lows here. And then once you start to build up towards that resistance level, you start to flag. Now it doesn't have to be right. It doesn't have to be necessarily above it. It could be right in this area here. But you start to flag near that area, and then you get to taking off to the upside. It looks very similar here to what we're seeing on natural gas, right? We had this big sell. We had the initial kind of, reflex bounce, that big bid all the way up to $3, 50% move. Here's your low, 196.7. And then we made the slight double bottom, 194.6, and now we've got our 1, 2, 3 higher lows, and we're right into our resistance zone right here, 280 to $3. And now we're putting in a little flag pattern. So again, nice move up there, and we're consolidating sideways. On the weekly, if you get a strong close this week, I'd say there's a good chance that we go and test $3 next week. If you get through $3, that's really the squeeze zone. So lots of potential upside here. It's been a big rounding bottom pattern. It's taken a long time to play out, but if you look at the history of natural gas, historically that's kind of what it does. You have these big sells. You go down to the $2 area. We had this pattern here. Everybody was calling a bear flag, so it looks like a bear flag, and then it rips to the upside and kind of fails and reverses the upside. A lot of people were calling this a bear flag, calling for $1.50. I said the lows were likely in, and now it looks like we're starting to turn the corner here. Same thing, previously, you have these kind of, big down move, kind of just chops around, doesn't put in necessarily a V shape right away. Here it kind of did back in 2000, and if we look kind of at like 2001, did the same thing down here. Looked like it was kind of bear flagging, and then it popped up and then really started to rally. So historically, nat gas kind of does this. It does these big rounded bottoms, but they lead to massive rallies here. So again, big level. Once you get through 3, that's the squeeze zone. You'll have some resistance around 350 psychological level, but the big level to me, if we just kind of zoom out here, and this is just amazing. But you really don't even have, just $4 is a 25% retracement of this big down move here. So it seems like it's a long ways away, but remember, we went from 2 to 3 in about 9 days. So if you actually get momentum here and you build a base, which it's been doing, and you get a squeeze going, this can easily get to $4. And then I think, as we get towards next year, we can talk a little bit more about it, but I think you get up to 5 and 6. Now, it won't happen in a straight line. You're not just going to zoom through this. It might take some time, may take some consolidation, but I think in the near term, I would say sometime by the fall, you'll easily get to that $4 handle. So anyways, guys, going to wrap it up here. Don't forget, if you like the content, subscribe to the channel, give me a like. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts and analysis. You guys take care.